what we saw during COVID was, lenders got really risk adverse, and they didn't want to lend money to projects within hospitality, within gatherings. It was extremely challenging to get a loan last year.
And I want to get into this a little bit because I feel like
Yeah.
venue owners listening to this right now, whether they are maybe someone who wants to own a venue, maybe it's even another vendor, right? A florist, a DJ, caterer who it's been their dream to own a venue, and they want to get into it now, but it's like COVID happened, and all these different things are in motion. And obviously from a financial perspective, there's lower interest rates, right now. There may be features of this market financially that might be better for them to get in now, or maybe wait, buy an existing property. Like there's a lot happening. So as you've been in the industry since 2016, maybe even before, with your venue there in Houston, in the Houston area, how have you seen things change, and where are we at now, especially, I don't want to say post-COVID, but like in this COVID recovery period, I guess you could say?
Yeah. I have so many answers to this, but
fire away.
So
it's all you.
Yeah. I'll probably talk for a few minutes, but so I would say the biggest shift that I've seen over just the past few years has been, there were so many people that were really approaching us and wanting to do this from a retirement perspective. They've already, had successful businesses. They're watching their kids get married, and this is the next and maybe last business that they want to operate. And that's great. But we've also seen a huge shift in younger people and people within the wedding industry, and people with this, entrepreneurial spirit, really having a passion for this type of project and want to do this, as their first thing, and something that maybe gets them out of the 9 to 5, or, and they really want to work for themselves. So they want to start something that is meaningful and they can have a legacy. And so we're seeing a lot of that. I love that, because I just feel like there's so many people out there that I think are going to bring a really fresh perspective to the wedding industry. I'm really excited to see and talk to those people. They have great visions, and I think they're just going to really change the wedding venue industry over the next few years with some of the ideas that I see a lot of these young entrepreneurs having. The other thing, kind of on some of your other questions, is we did see a slowdown with COVID. I mean, it was painful. It was really painful. What we saw during COVID was, lenders got really risk adverse, and they didn't want to lend money to projects within hospitality, within gatherings. It was extremely challenging to get a loan last year for almost anyone. They changed a lot of the requirements. That 10% from an SBA number went to 15 or close to 20. And they would also require some post-close liquidity. So they would require a lot of our clients to have, an extra $100,000 on top of that 10 or 15%, just in case the world shut down again. It slowed down a lot of our projects. It was really hard to see a lot of people get to this point and have to stop. I'm so excited that right now we actually had a meeting with some of our lenders, I think on Wednesday, actually. And I was so excited to talk to them. The light is at the end of the tunnel. We're there. Things are getting, to be normal again. We're really in that post-COVID era, or post-COVID time. Banks make money from loans, and they haven't made loans in a year. They're really hungry to do these loans. I mean, they were coming to us, our lenders were saying, what's your pipeline look like? Who do you have that's ready and wants to get a loan right now? Because we're ready to give loans, especially in certain states.
That's so
and that are growing, and especially in certain states that have been really COVID friendly.